What's up guys? Welcome. I don't need to introduce this video, you've seen the title. I have bought a new M3. Many of you will say that I'm crazy for doing so, but I honestly believe it's a groundbreaking car and it's one of the best petrol engines, petrol powered cars that will be ever made. Now, that's exactly why I bought it, why I ordered it. I don't have it, I'm getting it in a few weeks, can't wait. But let me talk you through the process of why I chose the new M3. Now let's start in September. That's when Max and I were invited to come and preview the M3. And we have always discussed having a project car from launch. So we wanted a big one, like the new Audi RS3 or the M3 or maybe a Porsche. Something that we can buy from launch and then upgrade it and live with it and experience it and use it for the channel for the entire length of the car. And with the M3 it normally is like 7 years or something like that. So I intend to keep it because I think it's going to be something that will never be made in the future. We are going hybrid, we are going flappy pedal, super quick gearboxes. Now, as I said, in September we were invited to preview the M3 and we both discussed purchasing one, ordering one, even though it's ridiculously expensive in the Netherlands because of CO2 dependent taxes. But we said to each other, okay, when we pull off the cover, we're just going to say yes or no. And if we both say yes, we are just going to do it. And I remember Max pulling off the cover and I thought, oh no, there it is, the ugly grille. But then came the rest in a split second and I was utterly in love. I was completely convinced that we should buy one. And Max felt the exact same thing. I just looked at him and we both knew we are going to do this. And when we opened up the car, we saw the carbon fiber bucket seats, we saw the gorgeous interior, we saw the carbon ceramic brakes. We all wanted that, so we thought this is going to be quite expensive, but luckily there have been some party packages for the Netherlands and some other countries. I'll get to that later. So first thought was, okay, let's get the competition, because let me explain shortly. You have a competition with a flappy pedal gearbox, 8-speed ZF, unbeatable, with 510 horsepower, or you can get a 480 horsepower manual non-competition. The difference is 6,000 euros, somewhere around that number in the Netherlands. And I first thought, well, let's get the competition, right? 6,000 euros, far better gearbox. It's going to be way quicker in a straight line. It's going to be quicker anywhere in any circumstances. But then we saw other YouTubers ordering their M3 and they all said, well, I'm going for the flappy pedal gearbox because I can't get the manual in my country. And then we thought about, why are we getting this? Because it's the last true petrol M3, I think, with a straight six, no hybrid bullshit. And what better way to celebrate a classic setup than with a manual? I mean, we get the manual in Holland, thank God. I mean, for instance, in the UK, you cannot get it. Weird thing is that with the M2 competition, we could not get a manual, and you could get a manual in England, in the UK. So it's the complete opposite nowadays. Don't know why, but thank God we got the manual. And I'm really stoked about that because I know that all the press cars we are getting M3s, M4s, will be competitions with the automatic gearbox. And in, I think it's July, we're getting the xDrive. I also thought about waiting for that one because the M3 xDrive is going to kill anything with a tune. We've seen the BK Performance BMW X3M competition, downpipe, an ECU remap, 757 horsepower. Imagine that in an M3 with xDrive, it's going to kill anything. It's going to be mental. But then again, everyone's going to do that. The tuners that we know are going to purchase an M3 xDrive and do that. So why would we do the exact same thing? Which again is why we went for the manual, because nobody is going to get it. I've looked up some numbers with the previous M3 and M4, the F80, F82. It's something like 4% who went for the manual gearbox with that gen. So it's really quite special. Okay, so the spec. I wanted something special, something unique. As I said, many YouTubers are getting an M3 or an M4 and we wanted something different. Well, we went for the manual. I think that's a good thing. I've said that 10 times over now. Sorry about that. We wanted something special, so we wanted one with the carbon seats, carbon ceramic brakes, because we're going to do a lot of Autobahn video, drag racing and stuff and events. I want to do that with that car. So carbon ceramic brakes. We wanted the cool competition wheels, even though we don't have a competition. So those are pretty expensive, all those options. But luckily we discovered that, I think it's to keep the price down a bit in the Netherlands, we get the track pack. It's not available in the US, for instance, but with the track pack for 16,500 euros, that's a single option pack. You get the carbon bucket seats, carbon ceramic brakes, the M drivers pack, that's the raised top speed to 290, and a M drivers day on Zandvoort, which is the Dutch GP track, and the cool competition wheels and some other small things. So that's a bargain. I mean, I think it's like 25 to 30k if you select those options separately. So that was a big win for us. Now, of course, we have the big navigation system, BMW laser light, stuff like that. We don't care about. But interestingly, I explained to BMW de Maas in Echt, BMW M specialist in the Netherlands, BMW M motorsport dealer. Thank you, Claude, for helping me so much, for helping us so much with the purchase of this vehicle and with BMW stuff for, what is it, 5 or 6 years now we've been together. Thank you for that. He said to me, like, if you want something special, don't get the very first ones, because the first ones have already been delivered as I record this video, and I'm still waiting for mine. And I wanted the first M3 so badly here in the Netherlands, because I want to record the videos. And okay, he said don't do that, and maybe I can get you a Sonderwunsch spot. Now that's a bit of a German vocabulary there for you. It means special wish, Sonderwunsch. Because I wanted the Isle of Man green one. We also saw previewing the car because I thought the color was just epic, but everyone's going for that color, I'm afraid. So the specialness is gone, which is back now because I've got the Sonderwunsch spot and I can select any BMW M color from the past. I'll show you in the BMW individualizer. That's a website not many people know, but you can select special paints for BMW vehicles on that quite simplistic website, because it really doesn't give a good look of the color. Just search for the color on YouTube or on Google Images, and you have a great, well, vision of what it would be like in true lighting with unedited video examples. So I did that, and together with Max I've Googled and YouTubed all the different types of colors we liked, many types of green, many types of blue, but then Max got that Audi SQ7 in, what's it called? Ipanema brown, also a very special Audi color. And then we looked for like the BMW variant of that color, and we ended up with Zanzibar 2, which is like a brown, golden, pink metallic, which looks awesome. I mean, Google it, YouTube it. I've seen an M5 competition in that color. It's insane, insanely cool. So that's the color we went for. Now, I think we've ordered one of the slowest cars we could get for that money. Which sounds a bit weird, right? Because, you know, petrol cars in Holland are quite expensive right now. If you buy an electric or a hybrid one, they are way cheaper. For the same money, I could get a fully loaded Tesla Model S Plaid. That's the one with over 1,000 horsepower. But my petrol heart, my petrol spirit said to me, don't do it. Go for the 480 horsepower BMW M3 with a petrol engine and a manual, and don't go for 1,000 horsepower electric. So I think that's the point of this video, and I hope I'll be right when I get the car and I feel like having made the right choice, because it's a fucking load of money. It's unbelievable, but I mean, we can do this thanks to the channel, thanks to you guys. We really try to invest every penny of the videos we've made over the last 11 years now, and yeah, we invested it in this M3, and it's going to be epic, I think. We just have to figure out what we're going to do with the car in terms of tuning and stuff like that, because it's a manual, it has a single clutch. I mean, how much is that clutch going to be able to take in terms of torque? Because they've reduced it by 100 Newton meters. The competition has 650 Newton meters. The manual one, 550 Newton meters. That's because the clutch and the gearbox won't be as strong as that ZF unit. But maybe on the aftermarket we'll be able to enforce it, maybe with a different clutch or something like that. BMW De Maase is also AC Schnitzer dealer for the Netherlands. Maybe we can do something with those guys. They know what the manual is capable of. So there's lots to talk about. I just wanted you to know that we did this and we're really happy about it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm having an interview with BMW M on the 2nd of March, and then we're going to talk about technicalities, about the manual, about how much weight it actually saves having a manual over the auto. Because that's a bit weird, right? Maybe you've seen the BMW M videos, who released a video about the weight of the M3, and they compared an M4 competition F82 with an M4 non-competition manual and said, see, it's not really that big of a difference between the F80 and the G80. But why would you compare the auto to the manual? That's a bit weird, right? I wanted it to be as light as possible, and the ceramic brakes and the carbon fiber seats, they save 25 kilos. On the 15th of March we will be driving the M3, M4. Max is going to review it on Zandvoort, the Dutch GP track, with BMW press cars, and I think a week after we are getting ours, and we'll do a review on that car as well. I do have to run it in because the BMW M cars you have to run in for 2,000 kilometers. Then they get a special service, and after that you can really give it the beans on the Autobahn, but you have to drive it very carefully at the beginning. So we are going to do that. Yeah, because it's a lot of money. It keeps me awake at night. But let's hope we did a right thing here. Thank you guys. This really is the ending of this video. Subscribe to the channel by clicking right here, or go watch this video, or go watch the POV reviews playlist. Thanks.